It's a visual I didn't need.
And it'll be heavy metal music that'll get me running out there, and I'll be.
Did you see the creation on the page yesterday of the swimming coach?
Yeah, that was awesome. That was so good. Did you see the interview with him?
No.
He said that. He said, "Yeah, Ultimate Warrior was my favorite growing up. Me and my brother used to wrestle, and he couldn't remember who his brother used to be, but his favorite was Ultimate Warrior."
That's awesome.
He's gone viral, that bloke. Well done.
Yep.
James Pete, if you guys had to bring in a third host, who would it be and why? Good question. Well, for me, I'd have to say our good friend Adam from FWCI, who's also our producer. He would. He's got the voice. He's got the voice. A booming voice. He's got such a good voice for podcasting and radio.
Yeah, look, Adam's next cab off the rank if one of us goes down injured or quits the business. Probably I'd say Adam, and then there's probably about 720 other members, and then Brad Perryman would be the last choice. So, good evening, Brad, if you're watching.
I love you, Brad. Gianni Italiano, if you had to call quits on collecting in general, but could only keep one thing, what would it be? Tough question, Gianni.
Can I answer this one? I'd keep my collection.
Now let's think about it. You got to
Mail away Hogan in bag.
Oh, really?
Everything else is replaceable.
Gee whiz, it is a tough one. I would probably say I would keep my Bear Hug Hogan graded Minton card.
You love your Bear Hug, don't you?
I do, mate. I've got two questions here because it brings back so many good memories. And from Andrew Webster, if you could borrow the DeLorean, go back in time and change one single collection decision you have ever made, what would it be? Oh, I know this.
For me, I would not have sold all of my Hasbro mocks about a year before the prices went completely nuts. And I wouldn't have sold my Macho One.
Okay.
So it was graded 70, and I thought, I'll just get another one. But at the same time, prices were going through the roof, and it just became impossible to find. The collecting market went huge. Nathan Tabiri bought it, I think, from memory, or he won it in a raffle, and he's happy. He's got it.
Great collector, Nathan.
I would not get rid of that if I had my time over again. I wouldn't have even UKG gave me the option of not having it graded. They said, look, it's going to get a 70. It looks beautiful. Why don't you just leave it in a case and not grade it? And I said, no, grade it anyway. At least it'll be protected and secure. And I should have taken their advice.
It's a tough call not to grade when you send it all the way over to UK.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't blame you for not saying no. For me, it's an easy one for me. I have rectified this issue, but I paid, I reckon, more than 3 times the amount. So a couple of years ago, I was offered a Minton card Series 4 green standard tag British Bulldog, and it was offered to me for £800, and I thought, no way, because I just bought the Rowdy Piper one for £400. I was like, no way, that's double the price. And last year or this year, I paid well over $2,000 for it.
Far out.
So it was an expensive mistake. So that's one thing. If I had a DeLorean, how good would that be? But anyway, I would go back in time and
with the British Bulldog is because he's such an icon in the UK, he's always going to have demand.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And, and I reckon if I ever did sell him one day, it'll go with the prototype, and someone will be paying big money for it if I ever did sell. All right, lucky last question, mate. I can see you dying in the backside. You're getting tired. This is from young Riley Emerson. If you both had the chance to completely scrap one of these figure lines from the history books, what would it be and why? Hasbro, Jakks, Mattel, LJN. I'm going to say Jakks. For me, Jakks Jack's bone crunchers. Jack's bone crunchers are absolutely terrible. I know there's a lot of sentimental value for a lot of collectors, but not for me. And now when I look at the classic superstars line, which I've got a whole box full, some of the errors and some of the lack of attention to detail just irks me. So I would say Jack's.
I'm going to say LJN.
Oh my God! Ouch.
Mainly because all of that rubber could have been used to make bath plugs all around the world.
Oh God!
Shout out to Rob Kerr if you're watching. Rob, we love LJN. Look, they just don't do anything for me, so I'll say LJN. I'd rather have Elites than LJN.
Okay.
Even though I think, to be fair, if the inferior product of the lot is Jack's.
Yeah.
I think it's I think Jack's is the logical choice, but for the interest of our listeners, I'm going to say LJN.
All right, so it's my turn to pick, was it?
Yeah, mate. There's some good questions.
There was some good questions. So for me, it's out of Gianni Italiano and Andrew Webster. So you had to call it quits on collecting in general, but could only keep one thing, what would it be? It's from Gianni and Andrew Webster. If you could borrow the DeLorean, go back in time and change. You know what? For the creativity of the question, bringing the DeLorean into a question, I'm going to give it to Andrew Webster. So congratulations, Andrew. If you can message me your address, Go Figure will have that Nakamura Series 81 chase figure in the mail tomorrow for you. So congratulations.
Now, just on the DeLorean, before we wrap up our show, a very good show on Netflix called The Movies That Made Us.
Yeah, I watched that the other day.
It's a spin-off of The Toys That Made Us, and they have an episode on Back to the Future, which is really enjoyable to watch. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, I watched it. I literally watched it on the weekend.
Did you realize that they had shot the whole movie with a different actor to Michael J. Fox? That's amazing.
I did know it. Yeah, that blew me away.
So, yeah. Just great show. Only 4 episodes, and they're only about 40 minutes long.
Yeah, and there's a good one on Home Alone.
Yes.
All right, let's get into it. Let's get into our last segment, mate, and that is, can I have your attention, please?
Can I have your attention, please? Please listen. Can I have your attention, everybody? Attention.
Now, I just want to start off first by thanking everyone that has taken 30 seconds to 60 seconds to 90 seconds out of their day to leave our podcast a 5-star review on Apple iTunes. It means the world to Chris and I. And, doing so allows our show to be found easy. It allows our brand to get in front of other collectors out there that want to listen to a show like ours. So thank you guys. And can I please ask the rest of our 700 and something members in our group, whoever listens to us, please take the 30 seconds to give our show a 5-star review. It means a lot to us. So thank you again to those guys that have done that. Again, thank you to Sizdog and Ryan Adams for all your hard work getting this show off the ground. We greatly appreciate your expertise and skill set. Adam from FWCI, our producer of the show, he does amazing things with this show. I'm sure if we were to release the show as is, it'll sound like a dog's breakfast. So Adam makes us sounds a lot better, and we greatly appreciate his support. He does it for free. He's a good man. He's a tragic wrestling fan, and you've got to go check out his YouTube channel, which is FWCI over on YouTube. And once again, guys, support the show by buying a piece of merch. We've only got bit over 2 weeks to go. You've got the choice between a men's shirt, a woman's shirt, and a hoodie. It's the Wrestling with Figs podcast OG logo tee and hoodie. All proceeds go back into the show. Chris and I are doing this for the love of it. We don't get paid. We're just putting our money back into the show, and we want to make this show bigger and better each and every week. So show some support. Well, that's it from me, buddy. You got anything else to say?
It's been a good show. It's been a long show tonight, so we cut it down for the pod by next week when it drops. Really appreciate the comments on the live stream and also the engagement with people posting things. Just had a comment from Andrew Webster, who's watching live, said, thanks very much for the giveaway. That's nice to see. I'm glad when somebody who gets a giveaway prize is watching live.
Yeah, look, guys, it's a great time to be a collector. So much great things are happening, and which is probably why the show has gone on a little bit longer, because Chris and I are rambling on. But, being San Diego Comic-Con week, what did you expect?
How good were the reveals? So good.
They were unreal. Actually, a few things we're going to get through. Please subscribe to the Wrestling with Figs podcast. Leave a positive 5-star review. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or wherever else your favorite podcasts are listened to. What else? Check out our website, wrestlingwithfigs.com. You can also find the pod. Let me start again. You can find us on the following social media accounts: Facebook at Wrestling with Figs Pod, Instagram Wrestling with Figs Pod, Twitter at With Figs Podcast, YouTube / Wrestling with Figs Podcast, and always use the hashtag The Hunt Never Ends, because you know why, Chris?
Because it never ends, mate.
It never, ever ends. Thank you, everyone, once again for joining us for this episode number 5, and we'll see you in the toy aisle.
See you next time.